Greetings and welcome to the Halloween edition of the Sliders Review. And I'm here today to talk to you about Eek the Cat, Season 1, Episode 6, hallowEek. So, I've talked about Eek the Cat before on my channel. Go watch that. It's underappreciated. It's one of the coolest, funniest cartoons ever. It's old school cartoons where you just have like a talking animal and like anvils fall on them to get blown up, stuff like that, And it was on Fox Kids back in the day. I forgot how many seasons it lasted, but season 1 was always particularly my favorite before they started introducing all these other characters and segments and all this other crap. And it kept changing the title, and then the person who created and voiced the show decided to leave, but still decided to voice it. And, it was just like one of those things. But it's one of those shows that nobody never talks about. And so it's been a long time since I watched like an episode and because it's not on DVD, but you can find episodes on YouTube. And I found the Halloween episode that I completely forgot about. And so in this episode, it's Eek doing what he always does best, like trying to help others, because that's who he is. Eek just wants to make people happy. And so he'll go out his entire way just to make them happy, no matter how much pain he has to go through. Because just like his motto, it never, wait, what is it? Oh, now I know. His motto is, it never hurts to help and everything. Also, kumbaya. Like, he just got to get those kumbayas out. But like his motto, it never hurts to help, but it always hurts him. And so in this episode, he's home, it's trick-or-treat time, and there's kids coming to the door. And so he gives them out candy. Now, it's weird. He's able to talk to other humans, but he never talks to his family. His family just thinks he's a regular cat. I've never understood that. And so when he sees one kid dressed as like a dragon, he's all like, he's curious to know if he can really breathe fire. Well, the kid lets him know that, yeah, he can. Because he didn't know if he was like a kid in a costume or a real dragon. Well, it was a kid in a costume, but he's still able to breathe fire, and he breathes it all over Eek. So after that, he hears a commotion going on in the kitchen. It's his family. I forget the kid's name, but it's a girl with pigtails, it's a boy, and a mother. And so the girl is played by E.G. Daily, who was Tommy on Rugrats and Buttercup on Powerpuff Girls. And so she's using her Buttercup voice, but in a more kind of whinier kind of way. And so they decide to go as a giant chicken together. The boy's on the bottom and the girl's in the middle, but the girl can't get the headpiece on. And so she's whining, she's crying, she's fighting with her brother inside, and the mom can't figure out what to do. So Eek comes up with the solution. He puts the headpiece on him, and so the mom's all like, oh, I can just have Eek be your navigator and everything. How in the world a cat is going to be able to navigate and talk to the kids is beyond me. But anyway, that's what they do, because it makes the kids shut up. And so, of course, being Eek, he's almost getting hit by traffic and everything like that. But you got to remember, he has the kids with him, so they're almost getting hit by traffic too. Until a motorcyclist come by, and it knocks them over, and Eek falls on top of the motorcyclist. And now the kids are by themselves just wandering around the street, can't see nothing, and Eek is on top of the motorcycle dude, and the motorcycle dude can't see, so he's freaking out. Now, this is on Fox Kids, and this is back in the 90s, and they were able to get away with a lot of stuff, especially in the windows. If you can see Eek on the motorcyclist, he's not sitting on the dude's shoulders. And he's not sitting behind the guy on the back of his head. He's in front of the face and everything. So the question is, how is Eek able to sit up in front of the dude's face while the dude's not able to see? Think about it hard. Think about it really, really, really carefully. He's not sitting on the back of the dude's head. He's not sitting on the dude's shoulders. He's not perched anywhere on the front of the dude's body to where the dude has to hold him up, but yet the dude can't see. Therefore, the dude's head. Take a good guess at where that guy's head is up. Oh boy. So it's chaos and everything like that. And then there are these two guys in a horse costume. And they're complaining about which position they get to be in. One doesn't want to be the back part. The other one wants to be the head, but the one that's in the butt part wants to be the head. In a way, the motorcycle dude runs into them. So, but he only takes like the head part and the dude who's in the head part. So it's the motorcycle dude, it's the horse dude, and it's Eek, and they're just riding around crazy. The craziest thing happened. They get into some type of accident where the horse dude goes flying in the air and he crash lands in the house of a mansion, an Italian mobster house. And it's a scene from Scarface where the mobster boss dude wakes up and there's a horse head in his bed, but it's really just a costume with the guy inside it. Oh boy, I never would have thought of coming up with that. Anyways, so after Eek separates from the motorcycle dude, he's in a cemetery. And so he sees a ghost because he's wondering if there's ghosts in the cemetery. He finds one. There's one crying. It's a nice, friendly little ghost with a very unique shaped body. And the ghost is crying because, like, you know, Halloween's the only day ghosts are allowed to come back on the surface world. If they don't return by a certain time, they wander the world, you know, sad and lonely and stuff. And he separated from his family. They was on a tour bus. So Eek is going to help him find his family and stuff. And so, you know, they wander around and he asked the dude, where would your family go after crashing to a brick wall? And so he's all like, oh, I remember they said they was going to haunt like a empty house. So they try and look for an empty house and they just happened to find one. So they split up. Well, inside that house is a little witch. I don't know if she's a girl, teenager, or woman, but she's dressed pretty sexy and everything. So no talent. And she has like this cat, a Jamaican cat, from a partner, and like he can talk to her. So she's captured a bunch of ghosts because she wants to use their ghost powder for her makeup line and everything. You know, the powder that makes ghosts look white and chalky and stuff. She wants that, so she's gonna extract that. And so Eek and the other ghosts show up, and then they get sucked into, like, you know, the ghost machine and everything. Something else happens where Eek does something and it explodes. And so she's unable to use, like, you know, the ghost machine and stuff. Well, her cat, she decides to use a spell on Eek and the others, and the cat, well, she uses one, but I think it backfires. And she turns into a, something, I forget. No, the cat uses a spell and he turns her into a rat. And then for some reason, he's all like, now you get to be like my servant and everything. And so she does everything he wants. I assume he was going to eat her, but he doesn't. So now that the ghost is reunited with his family, oh, I forgot to mention one important part. Part of the spell required 20 toes of like a whining, like, kids, like two whining kids. Well, guess who two kids she finds? She finds the owners of Eek, the boy and the girl, and they stumble there. And then so she uses them part of like her potion, and she puts their feet in like the potion, all this other stuff. Like I said before, something backfires and everything, and so she gets turned into a mouse, and the cat, they go off and everything. And so the kids, they see Eek, and they're all like, because see, she fed them tons of like candy, because she tricked them to go into that haunted house. And she decorated the house like a candy house. So now that they ate tons of candy, they tell Eek, you know, they're off to the hospital to get their stomachs pumped. What in the world? And they're excited about that. Because they got a discount price on a 2-for-1 special. What in the world? And so pretty much, you know, the ghost reunites with his family and everything. And so, you know, it ends and all this other stuff. It's a wacky, crazy cartoon. And like I said before, it's an old-fashioned cartoon from like the 90s. That one of that old school Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry type humor and stuff. It's funny, you have to check it out. It's sad that it's a forgotten cartoon. That wasn't that spooky. Alright, well, I shall talk to y'all later. Bye.